my name is Raven Gibson, and I will be doing my how-to speech on how to play the clarinet. These are my two lovely audience members.
Say hi.
Hello.
Hi. And my videographer counts as an audience member, so let's get started. Alright, the first part on how to play the clarinet is knowing your instrument. This is a clarinet case. This is what holds the clarinet. You have to know every part of your instrument because you could break something if you don't. This right here is the bell. This is what helps the sound project. These two parts right here are the body of the horn. They have all the keys. That's how you make the different pitches on the horn. This right here is the barrel. Not quite sure what it does, but it's important. This is the mouthpiece. Now the mouthpiece has three different parts. The mouthpiece itself, the ligature, and the reed. The reed is what vibrates against the mouthpiece and gives the instrument sound. Knowing how to put your instrument together is also very important, especially with the clarinet, because you could break something very easily when putting it together. Let's start at the bottom. Bell goes to the bigger part of the body. Hold these keys down and twist. Never try to force the instrument together or you could bend a key. Second part of the body. Now it's really important that you hold these keys down, otherwise this little doodad right here could get bent. And then you have to get a new horn. Clarinets cost about $3,000, so you don't really want to do that. Barrel onto the upper part of the body. And then the mouthpiece. Mouthpiece goes on top of the barrel. Alright, here's the tricky part. The ligature goes on first. Usually helps if it's going on the right way. The reed is the most fragile part of the instrument. It's not the most expensive, but it's the most fragile. You have to moisten the reed before you put it on the mouthpiece. Like that. More professional instructors tend to put the reed in a glass of lukewarm water before they perform because it helps moisten the reed. Now, the reed has to sit a certain way on the mouthpiece. Usually, when you're looking at it from this angle, it needs to be a hair above the tip of the mouthpiece. The base of the reed needs to be aligned with the lower platform, and the ligature needs to sit right above the lower line on the mouthpiece. Tighten the ligature, make sure your reed is straight, and normally you would be ready to play if it were any other instrument. Wrong. To play a clarinet, you need to have a certain posture. You need to sit on the edge of your chair, one foot in front of the other, doesn't matter which one, and you need to sit upright, tall, shoulders back, and head forward. These are how your fingers go on a clarinet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the register key. This allows the pitch to go up 12 notes, not an octave like on a saxophone. Now that you're sitting correctly, you need to learn how to hold your mouth. Typically, on any other instrument, take a brass instrument for example, you would buzz, but on this, it relies all on air. Take your hand in front of your face, purely as example. Blow like this, with your mouth in an O. The air is warm, correct? Now blow a quick stream of air. The air is cooler. This is the kind of air that you need to put into your instrument. A cool, fast stream of air. Now we're going to try and make a note on the clarinet. May I warn you, it's going to sound bad for you first-timers. This is the sound that a clarinet makes. orchestra and it has a wide range because it's supposed to be all of the voice parts of the orchestra, all of the actual soprano and alto voices. In the Baroque era, when this instrument was played, it was introduced to be these voices instead of the actual chorus. The lowest note is a very low note for a voice, but it still has a very round tone that resembles the human voice somewhat. It also goes up very high. Watch your ears. That's one of the highest notes. It can go up way higher, but we're not going to do that considering I'm in an apartment. Now, when you're playing the clarinet, keeping that cool, fast stream of air, we start off by learning the simplest note. It involves your thumb, your forefinger. Pretty much every sixth grader, when they learn how to play, starts out with this note. This note is an E. By placing more fingers down on the horn, you achieve different pitches, like so. In order to achieve these pitches, you need to hold your mouth a certain way. The clarinet needs to rest on your bottom lip, which is on your teeth, like this. Your upper teeth need to rest on this little patch of rubber right here. It needs to be a firm grip. The corners of your mouth need to be firm. There can be no air escaping, otherwise you won't get as good of a sound. So start out on the bottom lip, over your teeth, upper teeth on top, firm corners, and blow. The clarinet can achieve many different types of sounds. It can achieve the low sound, which is very basic, or it can even achieve a sort of slide, which I'm not sure I can do, but I'll try to show it to you. That's called a slide, where you move no fingers and yet the pitch bends. While playing the clarinet, there's many different factors to note, and this is just part of being a musician, not about playing the clarinet. When playing any instrument, you need to focus on dynamic, tempo, note values, and key signature. These are all very important in playing music. What I've just showed you is merely the basics of playing the clarinet. It typically takes many years of hard practice to become a decent player. I am by no means a perfect player myself. I wouldn't even consider myself good, but I've been playing for over 7 years. And that's why I feel I can show you the basics on how to play the clarinet. I hope you learned something. Audience, did you learn something?
Yes.
Emily over here plays the clarinet, so I doubt she learned something. Videographer, did you learn something?
Been in band a while too.
Do any of you have any questions?
I'm straight.
Okay, very good. If you have any questions, you know my email. I hope you learned something, and thank you very much.